What is up, mental patients? My name is Tormental, and this video comes with a severe seizure warning because I don't know what's going to happen here. This is 1-bit. This is a multiplayer game where all you do is you click the screen like I'm doing right now, and it turns from black to white or white to black. So that means that everybody who's playing this game right now is seeing the same thing I'm seeing, and they're seeing it turn just from white to black as I click it, if anybody's on right now. This is kind of an interesting thing. I wanted to actually make a video of this because this is incredibly simple, and every time you see it going, I'm the one doing it. I'll let you know if it's not me. In fact, I'll do that, see if anybody's out there. But this is basically just like an experimental thing to see what people do when they're given just the option of, here's a multiplayer game and all you can do to affect anybody else on it or communicate is just change the color of the screen. And I think that while this may be, I'm certainly not going to be playing this for very long, but I think it's an interesting idea. I think it's an interesting concept. I remember back in the day, this game designer I knew had the idea for a game where everybody in the game on this multiplayer game was the same Greek man at a table in a diner. And all that you could do was rotate your head and wink each eye independently or together. And so his idea was just to have this big crowd of tables on screen, and each player was represented by a different Greek man at a table. And everybody would just be rotating their heads and blinking their eyes, trying to signal to each other and trying to communicate, trying to get any message out, trying to do anything they could to contact other people playing. And, I thought that was kind of a strange idea, and it's sort of, there's something to that. There's something to the idea of a multiplayer game that takes away the most rudimentary functions that we're all accustomed to and brings it down to just, what will people do to try to interact with each other? What will people do to try to interact with another human somewhere in the world? Somebody in China, someone in Australia, someone in the Ukraine, someone in Africa, someone anywhere. Just trying to desperately connect with someone else and trying to do just anything they can to try to get a response back. Right now, I'm trying to get somebody else out there, right now, on this game, to just flash the screen at me. Because I'm just doing this over and over, hoping somebody else out there has downloaded this game, has it on their computer, and clicks their screen. And it looks like there's nobody out there. It looks like there's nobody... What? I'll turn it back off. You can turn it back on? No? Let me flash them a few times. Hello? No? You're not going to do it now? You son of a bitch! You fucking bastard! This is why you don't connect with people on the internet. All you connect with are sons of bitches who don't want to do what they're supposed to do. Fucking troll. Fuck you. Clicking it once, giving me all this hope, only to dash it on the rocks. You shitbag. You motherfucker. You know who you are. I thought I had somebody there. But no. Fuck. But yeah, I just think it's an interesting concept, and I think that with more people getting, more and more people every day are getting into game making, okay? And more people are getting into indie game making, playing independent games from just small creators, from one guy who made a game and, just posted it up on GameJolt, which I'm sure this is. And it's going to be very interesting in the future, I think, to see if anybody really figures out how to take this kind of concept and run with it. The concept of dressing down what it means to be a game, bringing it down. And I'm not talking about walking simulators, because walking simulators are an entirely different thing, where they're trying to tell you their story, and they're trying to make you, feel, they're trying to grab your feels, and all the while you don't realize you're not actually playing a game, you're just walking from point A to point B. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something really cerebral, something really interesting that can engage users and bring them to a point where they're intercommunicating, or they're working together, or they're playing together, just on the most basic, like, primal instincts of how humans get along as a species, as how civilizations are built. And, just even something where there's just some task to accomplish. And you don't know, as I say, if you're working with people from a far-off country, people who don't speak the same language as you. You don't know if you're working with, like, your worst enemy. Like, you could be the most devout Republican, and, somebody who's an incredible liberal, like a total regressive, SJW liberal, whatever, moniker you want to put on it, could be working with, like, a neocon, or whatever type person, and the two of them working together on a goal and never having any idea, because all that mattered was that they needed to work together to accomplish a task. And none of the other stuff, came up. None of the other stuff, drove them apart. And I don't know, I think that's a good idea, but it looks like I'm not going to get anybody here. I got that one smartass who just pressed it once. You know what? He's probably sitting back watching it just flicker and doesn't realize it's just me doing it. This isn't multiple people. This is just me clicking the screen over and over again. So, yeah. I don't know. This has been 1-bit, and this is sort of a weird video, and I know it's a short video, but I really thought nobody else is going to make a video about 1-bit. Maybe somebody has, and I'm a total idiot. But I felt like nobody's going to make a video about this game. And I think that's a bit of a shame, because I think that this is like going to be like a precursor that nobody remembers, when games, that have been brought down to their bare bones and, have no social interaction other than, perhaps working together on a goal. I feel like this will be like a forgotten first step, because, you can't really make a YouTube video out of this, except I just fucking did. Fuck you, my name's Tormental. Like, comment, and subscribe for more flashing screens. Aw, yeah.